dramatic goal to change your life. You need a system that doesn't collapse. The moment you feel tired, stressed, or unmotivated, most people live in a loop. They get inspired. Set big goals. Write plans. Feel unstoppable for a week, then life gets messy. Work piles up. Emotions kick in. Old habits return. And they blame themselves instead of blaming the broken system they were using. Here's the truth. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. A goal is a wish on paper. A system is a structure in your day, your habits, and your identity. A goal says, I want to be successful. A system says, every day, I do the work that makes success unavoidable. In this Napoleon Hill-inspired audio, you won't just be hyped for a few minutes and left with the same patterns. You will learn how to design a simple, powerful life system that works even when motivation is gone, protects your focus from distraction and chaos, turns small daily actions into long-term transformation. If you're tired of starting over, tired of feeling guilty, all tired of writing goals you never live, this is where everything changes. From today forward, we stop chasing goals. We start building systems, the quiet, unshakable structure that will change your life. One day at a time. You don't shape your life through dreams. You shape it through the actions you repeat every single day. That's where real change begins, not in big visions, but in small decisions made today. Most people say they want a better life, but their actions tell a different story. They want to be healthy, yet they prioritize comfort over discipline. They want financial freedom, yet they waste time like it has no value. They want peace, yet they feed their minds with noise and stress every day. Their problem isn't their ambition. Their problem is their system of daily behavior that does not match the life they claim to want. Real transformation begins when you start asking yourself, what does the life I want require from me today? Not what you prefer, not what feels easy, but what the future you are chasing demands right now. If you want health, the life you want demands that you treat your body with respect. If you want wealth, the life you want demands that you protect your time like a valuable asset. If you want peace, the life you want demands that you stop feeding your mind emotional junk. You don't get the life you talk about. You get the life your actions prove you're working for. A strong system doesn't need to be intense. It only needs to be aligned. You don't have to change everything. You just have to change your direction. Don't wait to start with the perfect plan. Start with the next right action. If you want peace, don't reach for your phone the moment you wake up. If you want strength, begin with just 10 minutes of movement a day. If you want success, stop saying later and take one step now. You don't need to do everything. You just need to do the right thing next. It's not intensity that changes your life. It's consistent alignment. Look at your mornings. Look at how you spend your time. Look at where your energy goes. Those aren't just habits, they're proof of who you are becoming. Every action either pulls you toward your future or drags you back into your past. Every choice is a vote for the life you're building. You're never stuck. You're just casting the wrong votes. Growth doesn't start with inspiration. It starts with behavior that matches your values. Don't dream more. Live more in alignment with the life you want. Starting today, you can't build a life you love by fighting yourself every day. You can force a habit for a week, maybe a month, but if it doesn't fit who you are, you won't keep it. And the habits you don't keep are the ones that never change you. Real transformation doesn't come from pressure. It comes from patterns you can live with. The reason most people fail isn't because they're lazy or weak. It's because they try to build their life around someone else's discipline. They copy routines they found online. They force schedules that don't match their energy. They try to become a perfect version of themselves before they ever understand who they are right now. You're not supposed to live someone else's system. You're supposed to design your own. A system that feels like support, not punishment. A routine that feels natural, not exhausting. If your habits feel heavy, you won't stick to them. If your system feels rigid, you'll avoid it. And you won't avoid it because you don't care. You'll avoid it because it doesn't fit who you are. Progress isn't about pushing harder. It's about building patterns that pull you forward. Start with your reality, not your ideal. What do your days look like right now? When do you naturally feel motivated? What time of day do you think best? When is your brain tired? What activities drain you? What refuels you? You can't build a strong system unless you know yourself first. It's better to design a small routine that fits your life than a perfect routine you'll never keep. You don't need to wake up at 4 a.m. if your creativity comes alive at night. You don't need to read 20 pages a day if you get more value from 5 minutes of focused reflection. You don't need a 2-hour morning routine if a quiet 5 minutes gives you more clarity than anything else. There are no universal rules. Ignore the trends. Find what works for you. Use your existing patterns to your advantage. You don't always need to add new habits. Sometimes you just need to attach meaning to the habits you already have. If you drink coffee every morning, use that moment to set your priorities. If you walk in the evening, use it as reflection time instead of scrolling your phone. If you sit in silence for a few minutes before bed, turn it into a reset ritual. Ask yourself, what did I do today that helped my future? You're not trying to change your entire life. You're simply upgrading what you already do. That's how habits stay. That's how systems become part of who you are. Your system should make life easier, not harder. A good system reduces stress. It reduces overthinking. It reduces decision fatigue. It gives your brain clarity instead of chaos. You shouldn't feel punished by your routine. You should feel supported by it. You should feel like your system is carrying you on the days you don't have strength, motivation, or energy. That's what a real system is built for. Not for your best days, but for your hardest ones. Build rhythm, not perfection. Consistency doesn't come from intensity. It comes from rhythm, a flow that feels natural, a pace you can sustain, a routine that bends when life gets messy but doesn't break. Your habits don't need to be impressive. They need to be repeatable. Your system doesn't need to be strict. It needs to be supportive. And your progress doesn't need to be dramatic. It needs to be real. When your habits feel natural, you stop trying to stay disciplined. You simply live. You don't force change. You become the change, one natural pattern at a time. Most people aren't tired because life is too hard. They're tired because they're trying to fix their entire life at once. They carry the weight of every mistake they've made. They worry about problems they haven't even lived yet. They try to become their future self overnight, and then they break under the pressure. Your mind wasn't designed to carry your whole life in a single day. It was designed to handle one day at a time. That's where peace lives. Not in the future, not in the past, but in today. The more you try to control the future, the more powerless you feel. You can't solve 3 years from now. You can't erase yesterday. You can't jump to the finish line of your life. You only have power over one moment, the one you're in. When you stop trying to win a lifetime in a single step, your stress begins to fade. You don't need to plan your entire journey. You just need to take the next correct step. Your progress doesn't come from thinking about what you want. It comes from doing what matters now. Ask yourself a better question. What does today need from me? Not what the whole month needs. Not what your 5-year plan demands. Just today. If you want better health, don't obsess over a full transformation. Ask, what's one healthy decision I can make today? If you want financial strength, don't try to become wealthy overnight. Ask, what's one smart choice I can make with my money today? If you want emotional peace, don't try to erase every stress in your life. Ask, what's one thing I can stop reacting to today? One choice, one action, one day. That's how you build a future that actually lasts. You don't need a perfect day. You need an honest one. Some days you will have a lot to give energy, focus, confidence. Other days you won't. That's normal. On those low days, don't force greatness. Don't chase perfection. Just give what you can. Give the honest amount. Maybe today your win is a full workout. Maybe today your win is simply getting outside and moving for 10 minutes. Maybe today you conquer your whole to-do list. Maybe today your win is completing one meaningful task with intention. There's no shame in doing less on heavy days. There's power in doing something. The right effort counts more than the maximum effort. Consistency without pressure builds confidence. You'll notice something powerful. When you stop demanding perfection, you begin to trust yourself more. You stop waking up feeling behind. You stop keeping score of what you failed to do. You start feeling proud of what you did do. Progress isn't loud. It's not dramatic. It's quiet, steady, repeated, one day at a time. You don't need a breakthrough moment. You just need more days where you show up, not perfectly, but fully present. Make today small enough to manage, but important enough to matter. A short walk, a focused hour of work, a moment of stillness, a healthy meal, 10 minutes of learning, a decision to say no to drama, a decision to say yes to responsibility. Those small actions aren't small. They're foundations. You don't build a strong life by thinking big. You build it by acting small repeatedly. Let today be the only battle you choose. Not tomorrow, not next week, not your entire future. Protect your energy by narrowing your focus. Win today. And if today doesn't go the way you hoped, reset, not with self-criticism, but with self-respect. You're not building perfection. You're building consistency. And consistency is built one day at a time. Tomorrow will thank you for what you decide to do today. When your mind is overloaded, nothing feels simple. Even small decisions feel heavy. You can't think clearly. You can't focus, and you struggle to take action not because you're weak, but because your brain is running without a plan. You don't need more motivation when your mind feels overwhelmed. You need less chaos. You need systems that remove stress before it shows up. Overwhelm doesn't come from doing too much. It comes from trying to manage everything in your head. Your brain was not designed to store your whole life. It was designed to solve one thing at a time. A system takes the pressure off your brain. It decides the basics for you, so your mind can breathe. A system saves energy by reducing decisions. Most stress comes from constant thinking. What should I do first? What should I eat? Should I work or rest? When should I start? When should I stop? Every decision drains your mental energy. When you design systems,